He's talking right.
Amazing. After starting 0-2, you get that first win, you just got to keep going.
What do you think it was for your time offensively that really worked well?
Because everybody was getting involved, and we really didn't have negative plays. Wasn't going backwards, so that was the best thing.
To that end, everybody getting involved. It's like your involvement came a little bit later, but he's getting into how good did it feel to kind of get a little bit yourself.
Man, it felt good, but if we moving the ball, I ain't too mad or frustrated about it.
How do you describe what that 19-play drive was like to be part of?
How do you describe it? Torture. It's a long time, bro. 19 plays, and I didn't even come off the field for none of it, so it was torture.
What did it mean?
Not torture, but
how do you think the Dallas probably felt it was torture too for them?
Yeah, they was tired. So you could see it when we started getting closer and closer to the red zone. You could see they was wearing down.
Any doubt in your mind on 4th and goal? That was gonna go for it.
Yeah, no, you know he's gonna go for it because after camp and just the first 2 games, you could see where he's going with it.
What did you see Caleb? I mean, he was on. You got open. You were buying time back there, but he was under duress. What did you notice from him when he delivered the ball?
That his eyes was still up, and I just was staying in the zone that I was open and just hoping that he saw me while he was scrambling.
Camera showed you and Caleb on the bench. Caleb kind of pulling you and hugging you, and you were smiling. Was there anything in particular going on in that moment?
No, he just said, "I'm glad you got on the board," and he was just going crazy. Say that again. After the game, that just gotta keep this going and practice how we did, and then just go out there for Vegas next week.
DJ,
he just played an outstanding game. I think 4 different people scored, and I mean, you can't ask much more.
you guys have had a lot of frustrating performances in this building since you've been here. What was it like today, the day when just everything was?
It feels amazing. Like I said, everything was clicking. No matter who was getting the ball, we were just going forward, and that's the best thing we can do.
Who got the game balls afterwards?
Who got the game balls? Caleb got one, and Tremaine, and Ben, of course.
Well, they're very bipolar here, so I'm sure they're very happy, and they're probably on the higher end of the things that maybe they should be. So we're going to stay right here. That's where I'm going to be all year long. That's what I'm going to do my best to do, and regardless if it's after a loss or after a game like this, staying even keel the whole time. And I'm looking forward to getting to look at the tape tomorrow and correcting where things need to get better and moving on from that.
Well, Ben made a proclamation that he wanted to get the tight ends on the field. He said that was something that seemed like kind of right away from the jump, the first play to pull.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Yeah. Well, I was just mentioning, I thought they schemed up some really good stuff conceptually. Even not just for the tight ends, but you look at Luther's play, Colson's play down the sideline, my play in the end zone, Rome's play there. Just really well schemed up plays against that type of defense, and did a good job of that. Caleb did a good job of distributing the football all over, so it's really good to see.
Yeah, what did you think of Caleb? I think this is the first game of his career he wasn't sacked a single time.
Well, that's good.
There was productive protection there.
Yeah, good.
But it just felt like start to finish productive. The big shots, but also some of the checkdowns and things like that.
Yeah, I think we all felt really good, kind of having the first really normal week of a full plan going, and kind of having that true Monday through Sunday morning prep was really beneficial for us, and I thought we came out and executed the game plan pretty well. Sure. I think it always starts at practice. I think it starts when you look at the film and be honest about the mistakes that we had in this game and taking those head on. So. We'll look at it from there, and regardless of win or loss, when you come back in on Monday, you gotta look at the tape for what it is and get better from it. So just continue to get better each and every week, and that's my main focus. I did. It was good to see him. I have a lot of respect for Coach. A lot of respect.
Was this a Ben calls up the whole team for practice guys and all that, and then you guys go out and make practice? Was this the way you saw everything go?
Coach the podium.
Sure, maybe a little bit. I thought we had a good week of practice. It translated the game. I don't know what the penalty. We still had some penalties, but we didn't get knocked down. But look, I thought at the end of the day when Coach Dow does some stuff, we pound it. And that's what you have to do in these games. You got to hit the explosives when they're there, and we did that today. And like I said, there's still a lot of mistakes that need to get cleaned up, but it's always better to do that.
Obviously, there was a lot of noise this week, man, and rightfully so, being 0-2, having the start that we had, man. But we wanted to be able to go out there and prove ourselves right, and not necessarily proving anybody wrong, but just proving that we are a good defense and we can play to the level that we played today. Well, I mean, I think first and foremost, we wanted to take away 88. Obviously, not with the injury, but we wanted to obviously keep the explosive plays down, and they obviously got a couple towards the end of the game. But I think the main thing was just making them work for everything. They was doing a lot of checkdowns, so I think we did a pretty good job. Still need to shore up the run a little bit better, but outside of that, man, I think we limited their plays.
Obviously, there's a lot of talk this week about better practice habits, practicing harder. You had hard practice on Wednesday. How much does that play into what you guys did today?
I don't look too much into it, honestly. Like I said, the leader of our organization challenges as a team. Like I said, my responsibility as a leader to come every single day having great practice habits. And obviously, I think we responded this week. I said we had great practices. And my opinion, man, you build your momentum throughout the week. You build that confidence throughout the week with having good practices. And I think we just finally able to put it together. So just a good example about starting good on early in the week and Wednesday and just finishing all the way strong throughout the week.
What do you guys proved as a team today?
We just got to win. It's still very early. I don't want to say we out here. We didn't win a Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, we got to make sure that we just continue to try to stack wins, playing together as a team. It's a long year. Like I said, this is how the locker room's supposed to feel. But at the end of the day, we got to act like we've been here before. You know what I mean? Like, we got to expect wins and not to sit here and be like, oh, this is a win. We're going to celebrate this one until, 24-hour rule. You know what I mean? We're going to celebrate this tonight, and then we're going to get on to our next opponent.
What did that tight fumble mean for that promotion? What did
No, it was huge. Honestly, I didn't even know what happened. I was obviously trying to, because they actually had a pretty good play on us, and I actually had an offensive line trying to block me, so I was just trying to buy some time for the guys to obviously play with some effort. And Reed made a hell of a play. I turned around and Reed had the ball. So, it's just a big play to start the game. I think it was the second play of the game, so I think it kind of set the tone of how the game obviously went.
Like I said, it can adapt to any different form, but we like to look to be explosive.
Your touchdown gets kind of GMG and then slips a little. Did you know right away?
I did, yeah. As soon as he kind of slipped, I figured I had to step on him. The other plays that we had in mind, I kind of went to the wayside, as I knew I was kind of wide open. So, kudos to Caleb for being able to find me in that moment. I was able to capitalize on it.
So you converted that?
Yes.
What route were you?
I can't tell you. We have to get that back pocket.
Did you do anything to make it slip, or was it just kind of?
Well, he tried to jump jam me. I swiped it. I don't know if that played a part in it. I never watched the film. I swiped it. He lost his foot.
What did you see out of your quarterback today all day long?
Man, he was playing ball, in the pocket, outside the pocket, making plays with his feet, all different types of things. So, that's the talent that he is, and I'm sure he'll continue to do more.
Good. The first 2 weeks it hurt, and we stayed together as a team. We had some tough conversations, the conversations that we had. And focus was just on playing a complete game this week. Obviously some things still didn't go our way, but that's football. It's going to be ebbs and flows of games, but you just got to keep your head above waters and keep chopping away.
How much do you need this?
Say it again.
How much do you need this?
It's a confidence builder, right? Anytime you get a win, it's a confidence builder because it's hard to win. We put a lot of work in, week out. We never got down on ourselves. We just put trust in each other, put our head down and we work. You know what I mean? So it's expected. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to act like we're surprised because we put the work in. We got a good football team. Good coaching staff. It was a representation of what we put in, and I'm just glad that everybody was just to come in here and see smiles on our faces because. We put a lot of time into it. This is what it should feel like.
We could cheer it when we were waiting outside the locker. What's the celebration like being here for Batman's first win and just for you guys this season?
It was just really fun. So I can only imagine the feeling of that. But guys should want to feel this way. I think that's the main thing. To enjoy it, but at the same time, understand we got another one coming up here soon, and get our minds right and get right.
What did you like?
Yeah, I think he put his athleticism on display for everybody to see. He was able to catch the ball in space, the long touchdown pass that we had. I was happy to see that, man, because the ball, and he got that in him. But he's trying to put that on display for everybody to see, man. I'm just extremely happy.
How about you put your athleticism on display?
Yeah, like I said, man, we worked hard, but you know, without everybody doing their job, man, I wouldn't have been in a position to make the play. Had good coverage, you know, on the receiver, put myself in position. But, you know, just in tight coverage, I was able to do it. Even on the goal line, play pass rush, and everybody doing their job. You know what I mean? I was able to come away with a play, but those plays don't happen unless the other team out on the field not doing their job.
It was a great performance from our defense, the way we responded from last week, you know, giving up 50. And we just played one line today, and that's what it looks like.
Jaquan, going into this game, the previous quarterback had won the NFC.
Yeah.
Did you guys take that into account going into this game?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did. I mean, the last two quarterbacks won NFC, I believe. And, you know, obviously we just had to tighten up in defense, just play our type of defense that we play. And we just dominated today. And especially we heard a lot of noise, outside noise, that they were going to throw a lot of balls and things like that and take it to top off. So we responded well.
From your side, defense, watching the offense of a 19-play drive, take up almost 10 minutes, kind of put that game away. How did it feel?
It was amazing. It was amazing watching them play, watching them attack. Honestly, it started off in practice. They looked great. It looked like they were mad at some. They executed very well. I mean, we all did, to be honest. I mean, special teams, defense, and offense. We had a great Wednesday practice. We responded well to what Coach had said and things like that. So it was amazing.
I was just going to ask that. How do you feel like you're responding to what Coach said?
Yeah, I feel like we responded great as a team. Yeah, we responded great as a team, and we still got a lot more in the tank. That wasn't a complete game from us.
Does a game like this help drive home Ben's message about attention to details?
Yeah. I'll say that. I'll say we could still be a lot more cleaner. That you know, there's still more out there for us.
That's kind of about like called you guys out practice habits. Did
you
see what you did this week showing up in this game?
Yeah. Like I said, starting off Wednesday, defensively we had a meeting. We had a huge talk, and you know, Grady, you know, everybody got to talk and things like that, and we were on one line, and then just watching Wednesday practice, you could tell the offense, you know, had a chip on their shoulder and the way they attacked the field and things like that. So it was great.
Did Grady kind of led the locker room speech into this week?
It was, you know, a complete defensive meeting, and you know, Grady was really the first to speak, and then everybody else, you know, got whatever they had to say off their chest and things like that. So it was great.
Who called it?
To be honest, I'll say probably me and Grady and probably other people, but definitely me and Grady for sure.
You got to go on some blitzes today. How did that feel?
It felt great. Yeah, it felt great. Get back in action. It was good. Got the pressure on quarterback, things like that. So just getting warmed up.
Jaquan, what did you think of the game that Tyreek had after a rough start to the season?
Yeah, I think he had a great game. You could tell he was locked in starting off Monday. He responded well. You could tell, you know, he was in the building very early, things like that, on the field early, catching balls and things like that. So he did his thing.
Got chippy out there a little bit with the Cowboys.
Yeah, they were tripping. Yeah.
How so?
You could just a lot of pushing and shoving, trying to get in people's face and things like that. And at the end of the day, we got the W. They could do all the talking and things like that. We were right there, you know, towing the line, but we didn't cross the line.
Who was getting satisfaction?
The offensive lineman.
Dak talk?
Nah, he's quiet, I think. Not really.
Did you guys get any satisfaction on beating your former coach?
Nah. Just a W.
Really?
Yeah, just a W.
How do you build off this one?
Just got to keep our head down, and we can keep getting better. It's not a complete game from defense. We let up 14, and obviously I know Ben would like to score a lot of more points, and special teams, you know, could do a lot of great things too. So just got to have a more complete game and just keep doing what we do.
That meeting you were talking about, was that players only?
Yeah, player only meeting, no coaches.
What was the gist of the message in there?
Really just, you know, say whatever you had. We gave up 50 points. I mean, like, we're talking about being the greatest, the best defense in Bear history in the league, top 5. You can't give up 50 points. So it's just a mentality, and we just had to make sure we were on one line and get everything off our chest and obviously be on the same page, and we did that today.
Man, it feels great, man. I've been itching to get to the end zone, man. I love the end zone, man. I love it. Ah!